Days of Our Lives, spoilers reveal that Holly Jonas' inner bad girl will take over, so her wild character transformation will stun Tate Black and Ariana Ari Horton. Holly has been through a lot thanks to Tate's baby daddy drama, which wasn't even necessary since he turned out not to be the father of Sophia Choi's son. Of course, Sophia also targeted Holly and put her in some disturbing situations, so there's only so much one girl can take. Holly has been trying to keep her relationship with Tate afloat, but Days fans have already seen some cracks starting to show. Those cracks will turn into huge chasms that'll take a real toll on Tate and Holly's romance. The next round of trouble may start when Tate admits he might flunk out of Salem U due to his abysmal grades. Since Holly stayed in town and decided to go to Salem U primarily because of Tate, she may be upset over him not taking his studies seriously enough. Tate's had too much on his plate, but Holly could still resent him a bit for jeopardizing everything. Tate also hasn't told Holly the whole story about why Rachel Black is in Bayview, so that could make her feel like he doesn't trust her. There'll be problems that keep piling up until Holly finally snaps, especially on the topic of Sophia, since everyone seems to have compassion for her. Holly may grow tired of Sophia's victim act and insist enough is enough. After Holly blasts Tate at the pub, Days spoilers say he'll point out that she wanted to move past everything that happened. Holly will have a major outburst over Tate, expecting her to pretend everything is fine when it's not, so their relationship could be on the verge of crashing and burning again. Days spoilers say Holly's friendship with Ari will also take some serious hits. Oriki will eventually dish out some tough love and argue that Holly needs to get past whatever glitch this is. Although Ari won't think Holly is acting like herself anymore, Holly may insist this is the new her. Holly may get fed up enough to embrace her inner bad-for-girl for a while, since she'll definitely be the source of some dual drama in the coming months. A Days of Our Lives spoilers say some intriguing Holly content is on the way, so stay tuned for updates on any big news about her character's next steps. Days of Our Lives spoilers are in for the week of December 8th, 2025. Fans can expect Sarah Horton to have sparks with Brady Black. Sophia Choi manipulates Rachel Black. Plus, the DiMera hostages make a bone-chilling discovery. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the Peacock soap opera. Let's start off with Sarah, who has been getting closer to Brady these days. The good doctor also quickly forgave Brady for Rachel's near-fatal actions. Sarah explained that as long as Rachel was getting help, then that's what was important. However, Brady promised Rachel that there was nothing going on with Sarah. The man insisted he was just friends with the doctor. While that was true at the time, Rachel might get upset when she learns about the romance. At Bayview, Rachel has expressed remorse for her actions. However, the doctors also say she has poor impulse control and has trouble managing her emotions. That sounds a lot like Kristen DiMera. However, it turns out that Sophia has been faking not being able to talk. Now that the two have connected at Bayview, Sophia will use Rachel to do her bidding. Days of Our Lives, spoilers for next week, reveal that Jada Hunter goes on another date with Theo Carver. However, the date is interrupted, perhaps with an alert about Chad DiMera going missing. Meanwhile, Chad, Kristen, and Tony DiMera make a chilling discovery in the crypt. As for what else to expect, Susan Banks finds E.J. DiMera and Kat Green in a compromising position. Tate Black finally tells Holly Jonas the truth. Alex Kyriakis surprises Stephanie Johnson. A good thing since someone is secretly stalking Stephanie. Alex and Stephanie will also talk about the future. This would be a good time for Stephanie to clarify if she actually wants kids or not. Children are important to Alex, and he often daydreams about being a father. So, before this romance goes any further, maybe they should get on the same page. Maggie Horton Kyriakis upsets Jeremy Horton. Plus, Gwen Rizchek von Leuschner protests when EJ wants to target Leo Stark. Fans will also see Chad open up to Theo about his fears. What does this mean for Jennifer Horton Devereaux's custody case? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of December 8th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on Peacock to find out what happens next. Days of Our Lives spoilers photos for the December 8th, 2025 episode tease trouble in the DiMera mansion. While Kat creeps around, Theo becomes the latest captive in the crypt. Kat covers up her drugging of EJ. Kat sneaks into the catacombs. Theo lands in the crypt. Chad, Kristen, and Tony fill Theo in on their escape plans. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers for December 8th, on December 7th, 2009, two soap superstars welcomed their first child together, a daughter named Isabella Reese. And it's a soapy mix of family fun when it comes to co-parenting for Days of Our Lives stars Ariane Zucker and Kyle Lowder. Today marks their daughter, Isabella Reese Lowder's 16th birthday, and over the years, we've enjoyed watching her grow up via various photos that the proud parents have shared on social media. Join us as we send Isabella some birthday love by looking back on memorable moments pictured with her mom and dad, as well as another familiar face to the daytime world. In a cute Throwback Thursday post, Lowder shared photos from Isabella's first and second Halloween. Pumpkins, candy, and trick-or-treating, oh my! One way to say Happy Easter is by posing for a cute mashup pic with her mom and goats. A few years later, it was simply Easter with her dad. When she was only 3 years old, Isabella knew how to bowl like a champ. In fact, Lowder flashed back by posting a video to when he got straight hustled by my 3-year-old in Vegas. Look at the special plate Isabella made back in preschool to let her daddy know just how thankful she is for him. Taking silliness to a whole new level, here's Isabella holding one and enjoying the other. "Worms and fries," Zucker stated. "That's my girl." Zucker shared a side-by-side photo of her and the munchkin when I was her age. With both 7 years old at the time, she asked, "Are kids growing up faster?" Then exclaimed, "Oi!" We've all done this a time or two over the years, and Zucker's little snow angel appeared to be having a blast creating her own winter magic in the 2017 video. Though National I Love Horses Day is in July, Zucker and her daughter spent some time with this white beauty during an April outing a few years ago. Isabella and her dad had some fun on the beach, to which Lowder gushed, "My lil' beach bum." Talk about a sweet pair. Isabella and her dad were all dressed up for this particular shot, where he revealed that she isn't only his little girl, but his number one. With the sun setting in the background, Lowder and his munchkin stared off into the distance. 3 years ago, Isabella joined her dad for their first Lowder family canoe trip. The photos prove they are quite the team. We've seen his character shed a few tears in Soapland and in the real world. On the day Isabella started 3rd grade, Lowder admitted, "I cry every year." In 2018, her proud mama announced, "This cute little thing is starting her slime business. I have no idea where she gets it from." All we can say is, talent runs in the family. Watch as Isabella and her mom shared some laughs during their ride home from the mall. There were some bumps along the way, but we promise they were ones that'll make you laugh. Isabella, along with her mom and Zucker's fiancé Days of Our Lives alum Sean Christian, sent Lowder a big birthday shout-out from "This crazy group to you." And for Isabella's 9th birthday, her dad took her out for a surprise after-school pampering session. What a fun celebration this must have been. Isabella, her mom, and Christian joined Lowder to celebrate his 40th birthday. One thing he wanted to make clear was that Izzy is drinking lemonade. This year, Isabella started middle school, to which her dad confessed, "This is getting harder every year." Last year, Zucker posted a series of fun photos with her and Isabella wearing mustaches and shared a special birthday message to her hilariously funny, talented, courageous, giving, loving, trustworthy, adventurous daughter. This year, we hope Isabella has a wonderful day with everyone she loves, because by the looks of all of these photos, she is loved dearly. And like her dad said, it's all happening way too fast, like way too fast. And on her 13th birthday, Lowder got a bit emotional and shared, "My munchkin turns 13 today. I officially have a teenager. Happy birthday to my number one. I love you, honey. But right now, Daddy needs a minute." In 2024, Lowder posted this sweet pic with his daughter during her homecoming. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Dr. Rolf will continue working in the lab in the Dr. Tom Horton Clinic lab. EJ's cryogenic chamber is still frozen at the moment, and fans are curious about who is in there. It may be cold outside, but the mystery is warming up. Fans will soon find out who is in that chamber, and if Dr. Rolf can bring that person back to life. This should also give us some answers as to who had the majority of the DiMera family kidnapped and held in the DiMera crypt. Who is going to be running DiMera when Theo end up in the crypt with the rest of the family? Of course, if anyone has seen the winter preview video, fans know that One Life to Live vet Dan Gauthier has taken over the role as Peter Blake, Kristen's brother, formerly played by Jason Brooks. Peter supposedly has not been seen since he escaped prison. However, he was mentioned in a DiMera Enterprises vote in 2019. Theo Carver gets caught in the crossfires of the fight in the catacombs, where it has become a battle of survival. Theo's life hangs in the balance, as fans are left wondering if Theo will emerge from the darkness or succumb to the dangers of the forces below. Could Theo even come out of this with a darker side that makes him seem more like a DiMera? Meanwhile, Kristen will find skeletal remains in that catacombs, leaving everyone to wonder where they came from. Could these bones belong to a long-lost relative, a victim of the DiMeras, or an ancient cursed ancestor? This promises to open up decades of secrets. Everyone in Salem will be shocked by these revelations. Gabby Hernandez and Philip Kyriakis will continue to work through their issues, at least until Philip learns of Gabby's betrayal. Xander Kyriakis is furious as Brady Black and Sarah Horton rekindle their romance. Javi Hernandez and Leo Stark will face some uncertainty about their wedding as Dimitri von Leuschner returns. Alex Kyriakis and Stephanie Johnson will face some issues as well. Sean Brady will be another one who ends up fighting for his life. This winter is going to be interesting, even if it is out of the ordinary. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, December 8th, hint at some interesting moments as Salem kicks off another week. A couple's romantic night is interrupted, as another couple has cause for concern, and some hostages decide it's time to escape their situation. Find out what's set to unravel on Monday's show, below. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, December 8th, reveal that Jada Hunter and Theo Carver's date will be interrupted. Who or what will cause this? It can't be E.J. DiMera, as he'll get grilled by Kat Green. It really can't be anyone else in Theo's DiMera family, as they are all missing Mo too, so it'll be interesting to see who crashes the romance for Theo and Jada. Then again, maybe the date doesn't even start. Could Theo become the latest one to get kidnapped? After all, Paulina Price will comfort Theo's dad, Abe Carver, so maybe he goes missing? Speaking of the DiMera hostages, Chad DiMera, Kristen DiMera, and Tony DiMera will talk about escape ideas. Can they come up with something that is plausible? Their lives literally depend on it. Who do you think is behind the kidnappings? Only time will tell. Read more. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Xander fires, Brady and infuriates, Maggie, Kyriakis feud takes nasty turn across town. Gabby Hernandez, along with Philip Kyriakis, will be concerned. Could this have to do with Xander Kyriakis and his reckless ways? Then again, maybe Gabby's worry stems from something Ariana Ari Horton is up to, and Philip is just trying to be a supportive boyfriend. Either way, fans will have to tune in to find out. What storyline are you most looking forward to during Monday's show? Share your thoughts. Watch the Peacock Soap Daily and check out SOS often for the best Days of Our Lives updates, spoilers, and news. As Salem and Days of Our Lives recovered from Thanksgiving, Marlena recovered from Lyme disease, EJ recovered some memories, Chad recovered from an apparent knock to the noggin, and Sophia seems to have recovered from catatonia. That won't help Rachel recover at all. Oh, and Stephanie has a stalker. Again. Lee sigh. And let's dig in. Who did not cry, right along with Brady as he left Rachel at Bayview? We have seen a lot of characters get checked into Bayview over the decades, but this is the first time we have seen a child go there. And as an aside, Alice Halsey is quite a find. We absolutely adored Finley Rose Slater, and were not sure what to think when she was replaced. We also asked why she was replaced, but Halsey has risen to the occasion, and then some, playing a different kind of Rachel. Yes, she is still Kristen DiMera's daughter through and through, but she is also Brady Black's daughter, and with Halsey, that shines through. While we felt bad for Brady when he was forced to leave Rachel's room, and we understood his initial anger at learning that Marlena knew about Rachel's crime for months and never said anything, but his continued anger was a little uncalled for. If you originally didn't want to tell your mother about something disturbing because she was an older woman in the hospital with a medical condition, how can you justify staying angry with her when she never meant harm and thought she was doing the right thing? Brady needs to think long and hard about what he is doing to Marlena. He is not only angry at her and refusing to speak to her, but he is also moving out of her place and in with Maggie and Sarah. That should get interesting indeed. There had been some rumblings in the fandom that Sophia had been faking her catatonia and mutism, but it turns out that is only partly true. If she is not telling more tall tales to Rachel, then it seems that Bayview did Sophia some good at least. It brought her out of her catatonic state, but it didn't make her any less disturbed or manipulative. Sophia is now the one in the know on Bayview's adolescent ward. Of course, we are still not sure what she is in the adolescent ward when she is 18 and legally an adult. Plot point, we guess? Anyway, we think we are going to thoroughly enjoy the mischief and mayhem that Rachel and Sophia can cause in Bayview. We also expect it to continue on the outside. Rachel and Sophia won't be in Bayview forever, but the bond they seem to be forming, while there might last forever. Watch out, Salem, because nobody will be safe with these two on the loose. Before we discuss Kat's little plot, let's talk about that red lipstick. Honestly, it was just a little too red and did not fit her character at all. And that outfit? The white dress with the black wool coat that resembled a cape had us thinking she was some modern-day version of Florence Nightingale. She just needed a little cap. And maybe that was the point? Kat seemed to be purposely trying to jog EJ's memory. Surely, she didn't utter that line from Wuthering Heights by accident while in tears. Kat is an ISA agent and knows how to play games. She might not be a field agent, but she is starting to figure things out and had to know saying those words would give her just what she wanted. Too bad that there is chemistry between Kat and EJ that we did not see between Kat and Chad. With Kat trying to bring EJ down, we can't be sure that Days of Our Lives will choose to capitalize on it. Then again, Days can barely capitalize on any chemistry, because by the time Good Potential Couples air, the show is filming scenes for next year. Audience reaction means nothing when it comes to Days. Kat was broken up about Chad's disappearance and the way he treated her when she shed some tears for EJ. And now even EJ is a little concerned about where Chad disappeared to when he was supposed to be fighting for custody of his kids. Or at least we think he is, and is not responsible for Chad's disappearance. The milkshake to make Thomas happy and comfortable was a nice touch that we'd like to believe was genuine, and EJ really did intend for Chad to retain custody. But alas, Chad is gone. As are Tony and Kristen. A coincidence? Not. Especially since all three are hanging in the Dimera crypt. But at least Jennifer decided to be somewhat decent and not proceed with the custody hearing without Thomas and Charlotte's father there. How altruistic of her! How many more times can we see a shadowy figure lurk behind Stephanie and follow her, only to turn out to be someone from Stephanie's very eventful past? And how do TPTB not realize they keep repeating the same essential storyline for Stephanie? Between Bobby, Everett, Jeremy Horton, and now we assume Owen, this is getting old. And the Jeremy stuff was just this fall. So, twice in the same season. That's really pushing it, Days. Please let this stalker story be a little more interesting than the last two. Well, the Bobby Elijah Everett plot actually was interesting, and we'll never figure out why the show nipped it in the bud before we ever really learned more about a new, fascinating character. The whole thing turned out to be pointless, so hopefully this story won't end the same. Days of Our Lives spoilers for December 8-12, 2025 tease a shocking discovery in the crypt after more Dimeras were put at risk this week. EJ found out Chad is missing. Theo ignored his father's texts about joining Thanksgiving dinner and asked EJ for help with a business issue. But later, he decided to join. Gwen found Xander hungover in the square and took him back to the Dimera mansion so he wouldn't be alone on Thanksgiving. When Sarah got home from the hospital, she revealed to Maggie that her allergic reaction wasn't an accident. Kayla diagnosed Marlena with Lyme disease. Brady brought Rachel to her room at Bayview. Later, Rachel got a visit from Sophia. Leo wondered why he hasn't heard from Chad. Then Gwen happened upon him and Javi and learned they're engaged. Kat reported to Rafe about the missing Chad, and they speculated about all the missing Damaras. EJ realized he recognizes the voice reading to him in his memories. Kate and Maggie discussed the future of Titan. Holly worried Tate is mad at her because she hasn't heard from him. When she ran into him at the pub, he told her about Marlena's surgery and Rachel being in Bayview. Sophia revealed to Rachel that she's pretending to be catatonic, and Rachel agreed to keep her secret. When Tate arrived, Sophia went back to being catatonic, and Rachel covered for her. Later, Sophia returned, and Rachel confirmed that Johnny and Chanel have her baby. As Holly sifted through Stephanie's fan mail, she found creepy letters from the same man. Leo visited Marlena and asked her to officiate his wedding. Chanel and Johnny discussed finances, and she shot down his idea about going to his dad for his trust fund. Steve showed up at Stephanie and Alex's, and they discussed the creepy fan mail. Then Holly arrived and showed them more creepy letters. When Stephanie got to Chicago for her book signing, her stalker appeared outside her hotel room. EJ told Kat that he had heard from Chad. Then Kat inadvertently jogged his memory about their time together in the clinic. Sophia and Rachel continued to bond. Jack and Jennifer prepared for the custody hearing and learned that Thomas's suit no longer fit him. When everyone arrived and Chad was absent, EJ asked for a continuance. Chad woke up in the crypt, and Kristen and Lantoni informed him of what happened to them. Later, when Kat met EJ for dinner, she drugged his drink. Days of Our Lives fans will love this twist. Raven Bowens admitted she once aimed for another soap entirely before landing in Salem. Her honest confession adds drama, charm, and a little chaos to the story behind her road to Days of Our Lives. Raven Bowens dropped a surprising bomb during her sit-down with Maurice Benard. She revealed that Days of Our Lives was never the plan. In fact, she had dreamed of joining General Hospital long before Salem ever called her name. During the chat, Raven shared how she auditioned for the role of Trina Robinson back when the part was still open. She remembered feeling excited but unsure, especially when she realized the age they wanted didn't match her type. Still, she pushed through the pressure and gave the audition everything she had. Raven said she admired GH's casting team from day one. She spoke warmly about Mark Teschner and explained how meeting Frank Valentini felt like a huge milestone. Even though the role slipped away, she felt grateful for the experience and kept her hopes high. Raven's acting coach played a funny role in all this. She flooded Raven with soap opera digest issues and pushed her to study every storyline. Raven believed that preparation meant GH was destined to be her home. The ironic part? That same acting coach wasn't even a GH viewer at first. One day, she caught a Sunnylicious promo, and everything changed. That ad pulled her into Port Charles, and Raven joked that she indirectly helped create a brand new GH fan. The universe was hinting, pushing, and teasing Raven that General Hospital might be her future. But soaps love a twist, and Raven's story delivered a big one. Months passed. The General Hospital opportunity faded. Raven stayed focused, trained harder, and worked to keep her confidence alive. Then a call came that changed everything. She was asked to step into the role of Chanel Dupree on Days of Our Lives. At first, Raven thought the message was a mistake. She had auditioned before and assumed nothing came from it. But fate had a different plan. She landed Chanel and replaced Precious Way in 2021, and that moment officially tied her to Salem. Raven said she always felt she belonged on a soap. She just didn't know which one. Turns out, Days of Our Lives was the show waiting for her all along. Raven calls this journey proof that rejection can be redirection. She didn't get GH, she didn't get Trina, but she got something that fit her perfectly. Chanel became her breakout, her comfort zone, and her place to shine. Her message was clear. Actors face tough moments, roles come and go, but the right story finds you when you're ready. That belief now defines Raven's career, and fans can see how confidently she owns Chanel today. Raven Bowen's confession adds juicy layers to her Days of Our Lives journey. She chased Port Charles first, but ended up thriving in Salem instead. Her story proves fate loves drama, especially in daytime. For more fun soap twists, Stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily. In a powerful new interview about Days of Our Lives, Deidre Hall opens up about Marlena's heartbreaking future without John. She reflects on deep love, painful loss, and the slow healing that follows. Her honesty sets the stage for Marlena's next emotional chapter on Days of Our Lives. Deidre Hall admits that Marlena's world still revolves around John's memory. She shares how Marlena loved John with her entire soul, and how the loss shook every part of her life. She believes Marlena needs space to understand who she is without that unwavering support. Hall explains that grief never moves in straight lines. Marlena will continue to feel John's presence in every decision she makes. The character must learn to balance sorrow with the desire to build a new life. According to Hall, this journey will unfold slowly and with emotional honesty. Hall feels that Marlena's story must honor her long history with John. Their relationship shaped her for decades. Hall insists that writers will respect that beautiful bond as they guide Marlena toward the future. She believes the audience deserves emotional truth, not rushed storytelling. Marlena's next chapter will focus on healing, growth, and acceptance. Hall notes that Marlena will lean on her family as she rebuilds her strength. She hints that fans should expect meaningful moments rather than quick twists. The goal is to show how love endures even after loss. When asked about new romance, Hall surprised fans with a hopeful answer. She believes Marlena's heart is strong enough to love again. In fact, she wants Marlena to find comfort and connection when the time feels right. She stresses that new love would never replace John, but could help Marlena rediscover joy. Hall trusts the Days of Our Lives team to handle the shift with great care. She feels confident the writers understand the emotional weight of giving Marlena a new partner. Hall says chemistry and magic must guide this story. Without that spark, the romance would not feel real. Hall emphasizes that John will always remain Marlena's soulmate. She explains that any new partner must respect that history. Marlena would carry John's love with her as she steps into a new chapter. Hall wants this balance to feel natural and heartfelt. The actress believes the audience can support Marlena's growth, as long as the show preserves the memory of John. She says viewers grew with this legendary couple. Their bond shaped years of storytelling. Future love must pay tribute to everything John and Marlena created together. Deidre Hall's thoughtful interview offers a tender look at Marlena's painful yet hopeful future on Days of Our Lives. She hints at grief, healing, and the possibility of love again, all while keeping John's memory alive. Stay with Soap Opera Daily for more heartfelt updates and emotional insights. Days of Our Lives. Spoilers for Monday, December 8th reveal that Jada's date night with Theo is interrupted, and more. Read on for Soap Opera News' full breakdown of what's coming up. Looks like Theo and Jada are going on more dates, and this might actually be turning into something. But, as always, plans don't always go as planned. This time, Jada's date night with the new CEO of Demera Enterprises gets interrupted. Danger, maybe? Could Theo somehow be in the mix? We know he's set to join the growing group in the family crypt, but when exactly that'll happen? Well, that's anyone's guess. Meanwhile, Gabby and Philip are starting to get a little uneasy. Things seemed good for Philip lately, at least, that's what we've seen. And Gabby? She just got her Gabby chic back, so you'd think all's well. But clearly, something's got them worried. What is it? Elsewhere, Kat has questions for EJ. And we know anything about EJ. He's relentless. The guy doesn't give up, so whatever Kat's asking, it's going to be intense. Spoilers for December 8th also tease Paulina stepping in to comfort Abe. What's wrong? Could it have something to do with Theo? Has something happened with his son that pulls Paulina into the mix? And then there's Chad, Kristen, and Tony. Locked in debates about escape options. Desperate times call for desperate measures, right? But will their desperation actually get them out of the crypt? Or deeper in? Only time will tell. So, do you think Theo is about to go missing? Sound off in the comments and don't miss more Duel spoilers coming soon. Don't forget, new episodes stream weekdays exclusively on Peacock. Days spoilers for Deck 8 reveal that Chad, Tony, and Kristen debate escape options, and more. Kat and EJ get much closer. Abe gets a call from Theo which shocks him. Theo ends up in the Dimera crypt and has no clue how he got there. Jeremy is furious with Maggie. He thought she had his back, but he now knows she thinks the worst of him, just like everyone else in Salem. Susan is roaming around the Dimera living room and sees Dr. Rolfe emerge from the secret tunnels. It appears that EJ has also been dropped in the Dimera crypt. What are you looking forward to next week? Sound off in the comments and watch the video clip below. The siblings Dimera make a bone-chilling discovery. Theo is the next Dimera to join the party in the crypt. Javi overhears Rafe's conversation. Gabby defends herself from Javi's accusations. Sparks fly between Brady and Sarah. Alex surprises Stephanie, and they discuss their future. It's that magical time of year again. We're back with another top 10 list, and this time, we're shining the spotlight on our favorite young adult soap stars of 2025. These talented actors, ages 20 to 25, have wowed us all year long with performances full of heart, heat, and pure soap magic. From emotional scenes that had us reaching for the tissues to jaw-dropping cliffhangers that left us gasping at our screens, these rising stars have proven they can hold their own with daytime's best. Check out the list below to see who completely stole our hearts this year. And don't forget to sound off in the comments with your personal faves. We've got to give a hearty round of applause to everyone who made this year a wild ride, but especially to our top pick for 2025. Drumroll, please! Brayden Bruner and Giovanni Mazza as Emma and Gio on General Hospital. These two didn't just show up on ABC Daytime, they lit it up. Every second, every minute, they did it. And judging by the flood of fan reactions, we're definitely not the only ones who think so. Brayden has those effortless acting chops that make you sit up and pay attention. She brings such fire to the screen, and it's clear she's only getting started. She's clearly an asset to this genre. Giovanni, on the other hand, has been pure fire this year, charismatic, grounded, and a total scene stealer in every way possible. Together, Brayden and Giovanni have created a dynamic that uplifts the genre. They're the kind of duo that reminds you why you tune in, why you root for characters, and why daytime TV still hits the heart the way it does. In short, they earned this, and we can't wait to see what 2026 has in store for them. Please note, not all ages were publicly available for some actors, which is why you may not see certain names you feel should be on the list. Days of Our Lives exposes Brady Black got quite the shock this last week when he learned Marlena Evans kept a devastating secret from him about his daughter, Rachel Black. Brady is reeling, and he's furious at Marlena, and their family has been ripped apart. We're going to talk about how bad things are about to get between Brady and Marlena, now that Rachel's in Bayview. And Brady knows Marlena has been lying to his face for quite a while. For a very long time, pretty much his entire life, Brady has been very close to his stepmom, Marlena. Their love for John Black was one of many family ties they had in common that made their relationship so strong. But now Brady is disgusted with Marlena, and he moved out. It seems like he is at a breaking point and couldn't take any more. We all know that Brady's life has already been crazy this year. His son Tate Black thought he got Sophia Choi pregnant, and then it turned out Aaron Green was the father. Tate was devastated thinking he wasn't going to meet his baby, and then found out it wasn't even his baby, which was a secondary shock. So, Brady's been there throughout Tate's year-long ordeal, and it took a toll on both of them. Brady's had his hands very full this year with his daughter, Rachel. She is so much like her mom, Kristen Dimera. Rotten to the core and ruthless when it comes to getting what she wants. Like Kristen, Rachel never stops. She successfully chased away every woman Brady dated, hoping against hope that he and Kristen would reconcile. When it got really bad, Brady and Kristen put Rachel in therapy after she helped kidnap Ava Vitale. Sadly, the therapist hasn't made much progress with Rachel. Remember, there was that open CPS file on her because of all the mischief and troublemaking she's in. More recently, this troubled kid found an old article about Sarah Horton and the big Mackenzie/Rachel baby swap. Rachel learned that Sarah had kidnapped her. Plus, Rachel also found out online that Sarah had a pistachio allergy. After Rachel saw Brady and Sarah hug, she decided to do a bad thing. Rachel plopped some pistachio ice cream into Sarah's sundae at the pub, knowing that the doc was deathly allergic and that the stunt could kill her. But before Sarah started to eat the ice cream, Rachel was asking about the kidnapping, and she found out she had a very bad read on Sarah and that she actually really loves her. So, Rachel tried to stop her, but it was too late. Thankfully, Sarah survived. But let's face it, that kid is a scary little psycho. At that point, Rachel was already so much scarier than Brady even knew, because Marlena, Kristen, and EJ DiMera were sitting on the biggest secret. When Sarah started wheezing as the nuts brought on anaphylactic shock, that's what triggered Rachel's memory, and she recalled shooting her uncle EJ. At the hospital, Rachel confessed the staggering truth to Brady. She shot EJ, and it wasn't Kristen. Brady ran and told his sister Belle Black all the stuff his kiddo did, including the shooting, and she was just as shocked about Rachel. They talked about how they needed to spare Marlena the stress and not tell her about Rachel because Marlena just had pacemaker surgery. But then she figured out that Brady and Belle were hiding something on Days of Our Lives. Brady got the biggest shock because he admitted she's known for a while that Rachel shot EJ and that Kristen took the fall to protect their daughter. Marlena felt justified because she thought it was best for Rachel's memories to return organically. But Brady doesn't see keeping the secret from him as the best thing. He understands the whole Rachel memory thing, but not them lying to him. He now understands that Kristen was protecting Rachel, and he may regret advocating for Kristen to get the maximum sentence when she wasn't guilty. But in the end, I think what Brady feels most of all is betrayed by Marlena, who is essentially his mom. EJ lying to Brady, that's expected. That's on brand. But Marlena and Kristen are a whole other matter. Now Rachel's in Bayview, and Brady feels like maybe he could have stopped it from getting this far if somebody had just looped him in. Rachel has no idea right now that her dad, Brady, is furious with her grandma, Marlena. In fact, Rachel doesn't even know that Marlena already knew she shot EJ. To say that Brady is mad is an understatement. Marlena told Leo Stark that she realizes she royally messed up. To top it all off, Brady decided to pack up and move out of Marlena's townhouse ASAP. When Brady told his AA sponsor, Maggie Horton Kyriakis, about the whole situation, she told Brady, "Come over here. Come stay at the Kyriakis mansion." Brady is Victor's grandson after all, and it is the family home. So, when Marlena comes home from the hospital, her house is going to be pretty empty except for her and Belle. No Brady, no Rachel, and no Tate, since he lives in the dorms at Salem University. Of course, he's about to flunk out, but then he'll probably be over at Maggie's mansion as well.